So, hello everyone, I am Dr. Praneeth. I'll be teaching you chemistry today. Today, I am so excited to connect with you through the Knowledge Temple, a platform dedicated to providing quality education and mentorship for students across India. This platform is particularly for the one to get a structured learning through live lectures, mock tests, and performance based rewards. Today we'll be starting off with the 11th grade of the first chapter of the chemistry, that is some basic concepts of chemistry. Okay, so let's get started. First, the introduction to chemistry is what exactly is chemistry. So chemistry here is basically it consists of the composition, structure and the properties of matters and transformations which matter undergo under different conditions. Okay, here the conditions they refer as it can be at temperature, it can be at some pressure, or it is having certain volume. Okay, here they also mention that the laws of which governs these changes. So particularly when we talk about chemistry, it consists of atoms, molecules and various compositions which will undergo reactions. So to carry out this reaction we required certain favorable conditions. Okay, so these favorable conditions can be again broadly classified as man-made and naturally available. Man-made, which we make a certain situation which is like in vitro, and this is naturally available, for example at 273 degrees or 223 kelvins. Okay, so let's read about some history of chemistry. So chemistry, the name chemistry is derived from the word alchemy. Okay, this can be asked as an important MCQ. Okay, now the history of Indian chemistry is, the important thing to be noted down here is that the chemistry, it is also known as Rasayan Shastra, Rasatantra, Rasakriya, Rasavivaidya. Okay, next let's skip the part which is not much important. Yes, now let's talk about what is matter. Okay, so here we'll be learning about the matter and physical properties and the classification of matter. Okay, here both these things are important as short answer questions. Okay, yeah, so let's learn about what is matter. So matter is defined as anything that occupies space, possesses mass and which can be felt. This thing should be remembered. What is matter? It consists of, has space, has mass and can be felt. Okay, these three things are very important. Okay, next, matter not well we what we can, how we can distinguish it is a matter or it is a not a matter. So things which we can feel, which can be felt, which this cannot be felt, which can occupy space, this cannot occupy space, it has mass, it doesn't have mass. So this is particularly the difference between the matter. Now the properties, physical states of matter. So physical states of matter are like solid, liquid and gas. Solid, here as we see the molecules are closely packed. In liquid it is comparatively loosely packed. Okay, and in gas it is sparse. loosely packed. Okay. Other thing which can distinguish is in solid it has definite volume and it has definite shape. In liquid it doesn't have definite shape, it occupies shape. For example, if you take a container, suppose it is a water bottle, here if you put water, the water will occupy space of this space and shape of the bottle. So here we can say it doesn't have any particular shape of it. In gas similarly it doesn't have shape, plus it doesn't also have volume. So both things we don't have. Here only one thing is we don't have in liquid, that is shape. Okay. Now let's learn about some properties of solid, liquid and gas. I wish that you should just screenshot this particular table, like it is very important from exam point of view. Okay. Now let's learn about the classification of matter. So classification of matter is broadly classified as pure substance and mixture. So pure substance and mixture. Now the pure substance is further classified as elements and compounds, and mixture is further classified as homogeneous and heterogeneous. This can be asked as an MCQ, SAQ. Okay, MCQ means multiple choice question, SAQ is the short answer question. Okay. So now let's learn about what is pure substance. Pure substances are made up of single kind of particles. Pure substance is further classified as elements and compounds. Elements consist of only one type of particle. Compounds consist of a combination of two or more. So here we have more than two atoms. Okay. Here it has one particle. Here we have more than two atoms. Example to learn about is potassium, ferrous, nickel, carbon. And in atoms, when in compounds, the examples are H2O molecule and CO2 molecule. Okay. Now let's learn about the mixture. The mixture, it consists of particles of two or more substances or ratio which may be present in any composition. Here, note one thing you should know is composition is variable, but in pure substances the forming mixture are called as components. Okay. And this thing is to be very important to be noted down is it can be separated by filtration, distillation and evaporation. Okay. For example, sugar solution in water, air, tea and dal. Now let's learn about what are homogeneous. Homogeneous, as the name suggests, one type of compounds which are uniformly distributed. Okay, as the name suggests, homogeneous. Okay. For example, lemonade. Lemonade has equal amount of water, sugar, salt and lemon. Let's learn about what is heterogeneous mixture. So these are the components that do not mix completely. It consists of more than two components and it is not uniformly distributed. Okay. For example, dal. Now let's pause this video and solve this question. So here they are asking, we have to categorize the following homogeneous and heterogeneous mixture. First they have given is sugar plus water solution, second is the air, and third is the mixture of pulses. Now mixture of pulses, here are n number of pulses. Okay, so this will come into other type. Sugar water will have sugar and water. Air will have n number of particles, many. Okay, so sugar water will come as homogeneous, air will come as homogeneous, and mixture will come as heterogeneous. Why? Because it has more than two. It has two. Here also two. Okay. So what we learned today is the history of chemistry. What is chemistry? Importance of chemistry, matter and physical states, properties, classification of matter, what is pure substances, mixture. Okay, so now one thing should be noted down here is what is an important and frequently asked question. Okay, first is this matter, very important. Second is properties, very important. Third is the classification. Yes, so here the most frequently asked question is SAQ. Here also it is a SAQ. Classification of matter can be a long answer question and MCQs. Okay, so I hope this was just an introductory lecture of what is chemistry and just a superficial things that should be learned and should get cleared about the chemistry. Okay, so thank you for watching this lecture. If you liked it, you can join us on Knowledge Temple for a complete learning, live classes and mentorship. Together let's make learning engaging and rewarding. Thank you.